Check it out, world. It's your boy Don Cannon. We are back in the A-Town. I'm doing Honorable C.N.O.T.E today for Backtrak. Just make sure if you like this, make sure you subscribe below. And the brand new Tomorrow hats are in. ShopTomorrow.com. Make sure you're part of the movement. Be a part of the team. You know what it is. Let's get right into it. Honorable C.N.O.T E. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. This your boy Honorable C.N.O.T E, man. You in the Honorable condo right now, the studio. Come on in, man. Any studio, when a nigga serious, you gonna see he got boards on boards on boards. These different sounds, different sound modules. And it's more to this that you see than what you actually see. That's number one, the chrono. This right here, stable. Saying this is just one good board to have. This right here, the montage. I like this, but you're gonna have to spend some time with it because it got a lot of sounds in it, but it got a lot of good shit to go through it. And then right here, you got the hydro synth. I'm really just playing with this, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of off, but you know, I found a couple of cool sounds and I like it. This right here, a staple. This right here, the Virus T.I., I need to have it, you know what I'm saying? Then right here, you got the OB6, you know what I'm saying? Nice for sound design. You look back here, you got the Mellotron, the motif rack, the Yamaha motif rack with the Phantom XR. You know, all these are rack mounts. Then you got the grandmother, the Move, nice for sound design. Prophet 6, sound design. And come on, man, the Nord Stage 3. If you know what you're looking at, you know what that is. And then, you know, you got my baby right here. I've been dealing with the grandmother, but this is gonna go right back with that grandmother, that Sub Sequent 37. You look back there, you know what I'm saying? We Oldsmobile boys. Fofo tools, that's what we like to ride, old schools. Keep it with me, you know what I'm saying? Up here, you got all the machines. Those machines and the Motif 6 that I got in the other room bought this whole studio. So I got the QY70, DR5. That's what I started with, you know what I'm saying? This is my baby right here. I just got on rush, you know what I'm saying? This is that Polybrook 2.5. Sony C800, that's what we're recording with. For the sound system, these right here, the Barefoots, these my babies right here. Look them up, man. These are the Micro Main 26s, the Focal, you know what I'm saying? That's for the mid. So really, I don't run both of the Focals. I run that and that. I mismatch the speakers. Right here, down here, that guitar pedals, all that's going down, you know what I'm saying? Live instruments, that's what we like. We like live instruments, so you see flutes, guitars, bass guitar. For the mic chain, we got the Tube Tech CL1B. Oh yeah, it's in here. And I got that running through the UAD, the Apollo. There's 3 Apollos in here. All these is so I can track out beats simultaneously while I make them. Right here, we got an extra 8 channels through a Behringer. That sound real good. And this thing right here, this Orbit, secret weapon, bro. That Orbit right there is like for mastering purpose, make your shit real warm, but I don't use that until I master. And if you look under here, you see I got that burl. That burl is in here too, my guys. Don't play with them, man. That mic chain, all that hooked up through the C800. Then we got little toys like this right here. My boy Spins put me up on this. Little toys, man. Nice little toys, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be having little weird shit laying around, man. You never know, you know. And right here, championship shit, man. World heavyweight champion, because you look at me. Heavyweight, you jabronis. Now get out of here before I lay the smack down.
The world fucking champion. The world champion. I'm here with the legendary Honorable C.N.O.T E. This has been a long time in the making. I've been trying to get this. I've been telling people this story. I was in Atlanta. He was in Africa. I was in Atlanta. He was in Tampa. I was in LA. He was in Europe. But my man was moving around making all good noises with Travis Scott and all the great artists is out here, man. I'm here with C.N.O.T E. What's up, my brother?
Man, what's up, man?
Finally,
to the Honorable Condo, my boy.
the Honorable Condo,
yes,
finally.
Sir.
So I came here, and this is very special because there's not too many people that I gel with musically on other levels besides just making beats and collaborations, but just having conversations about all kinds of topics and just life stuff. So I'm here, and he has a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
He
kids.
got a lot of kids. So I basically want y'all to know who the father was. The world champion C.N.O.T.E. Tell the people about yourself. Not too much, you know, this ain't no goddamn examination.
Yeah, ain't none of that, but if you watching this, you already know what it is. I'm just put it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don Cannon, the legend. We lined up, man. If you watching this, you know who I am. If you're not, do your homework, man. It's your boy, the Honorable C.N.O.T.E. That's that, man.
That's
Live
right.
from Michigan.
That's
Sweet
right.
Michigan.
Long time ago, I used to DJ so many parties in Detroit. They used to think I lived in Detroit, so I was that far. I love what you do. Like I said, I've been trying to get here forever. And I know you had knowledge of these keyboards. We're going to get into that in a second. Yeah. But right now, I want to know why the fuck you have this belt and why the fuck is it a flute over there? You got to tell me about the flute. Bro, and you got to tell me about the belt.
Like the belt is championship, man. When you come from like -10, you know what I'm saying? I'm into the wrestling shit.
What the fuck is -10?
Bro, I'm talking about, that's below zero. That's below sea level. Like when you born with eating out of canned goods, when you, like grandmas ain't never had no money, mama ain't had no money. Like everybody, you the first person in your family to touch like $100 grand. Like when you, that's coming from -0. You know what I'm saying? Like you the first person to break the cycle in your family of, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, things happen, or the cycle in your hood, you know, you ain't go to jail, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's some world champion shit. Like, niggas ain't really did that. You gotta be a champion to really get through that. And
shout out to the hood baby. Shout out to the hood babies.
Yeah, just even getting through the mind games that come with that, bro. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, it just fit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, I was big on Hollywood Hogan and all that, so, you know, I had to get the belt.
Yeah. Knowing you all this time, I didn't know you thought you was motherfucking Andre 3000. What's the flute all about?
Man, I got flutes, I got guitars, I got keyboards, I got everything. Like, I feel like this is me as a person, you know what I'm saying? Some people, they look up to like Kanye, I look up to these people too.
Yep.
But I also look up to Quincy Jones.
That's right.
I also look up to Miles Davis. I also look up to these people that really play instruments. So I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna be a producer, I want people to sample me. So I gotta know how to get on here and play these actual instruments. By the time I'm 50, I want to play 30 instruments. So I'm collecting instruments.
How many you up to now?
I'm up to 4.
So what you have in here?
I got a flute, the bass guitar, the guitar, and the keys.
So you know how to play all of them good?
Not good. Not like I'm gonna pick it up and just. But I can get on that.
I was about to have people calling you like, yo, I need that bass.
I came from like not even knowing how to pluck that motherfucker to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knowing how to, cause I taught myself everything. I never went to school for nothing musical, so like all my hits are me. It ain't no sample. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So I take pride in that because nobody taught me anything. I ain't have a piano teacher or nobody. I looked it up to some people in church, like growing up as a kid, but I never like sat down and watched what they was doing. I just thought what they was doing was cool. So I sat there and
that's what I was doing. I did a lot of things too. I did like a pluck, but I'll take the pluck, put it in the machine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I taught myself. Because I really would get bored if I'm just trying to learn. It's like, man, I know all this other shit. I'm not to get stuck in here. You know what I mean?
And then I learned how to deal with oscillators.
That's the number one thing. So I'm glad you brought that up. Can you explain to the people why you use oscillators? Because
I want to design my own sound. I don't want to sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, you got to know what a triangle, a square, a sine wave is. I can get
personality.
Yeah, I can get inside of a Phantom. You know what I'm saying? I can get inside a Phantom and strip what they got and bring my stuff in and make it do. They'd be like, where you get that sound from? I made it, bro.
Very
you know what I'm
important. Yeah, that's very important. I used to do that. I tell people all the time, when I DJ, they used to play exclusives, but I used to put white paper on the record so you couldn't see what it was. So everybody trying to peek over in the booth to see what it was. They're like, what's the record? You don't know.
Right.
There's white paper on it. I knew what it was. It was a white label, but I knew what it was. You know, it might have been some Jay-Z song that somebody had. So that's why I said the oscillators is very personal and how you make your own sounds. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of these kids are just, you know, going to the one sound that's in there. I got 1,200 presets. I'm going to that bank. Instead of saying, I'm going to take that preset and I'm going to do some,
I'm going to do my own thing drawing in there. Yeah. Draw my own thing. And that's the same thing, but when you start getting into that, then you start understanding the sounds and sounds that come from a flute. You're like, oh, that's a sine wave coming from that motherfucker. So if I can get this and to manipulate, then you start going into articulations. You're like, well, hold on. So if I can articulate, let me go back in this keyboard and see if I can like, it's just a million possibilities. It's just like, you know, after making beats for 20 years, you know, shit start getting a little boring. You start doing the same thing over and over. So you gotta, like, I call it hitting the gym. You gotta hit the gym. You gotta exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never once thought I'd pick up a flute though. I ain't gonna say.
I'm picking up all that shit. I'm
walking down
that
the street.
motherfucker the violin. You gotta be fucked up. See, don't come in the room, niggas ain't even gonna be doing. Man, give me that motherfucking violin. Nigga, getting that bitch. Yeah, nigga, I'm doing all that. Every instrument on your ass.
Man,
you ain't playing that,
right? I see guitar amps down here, like
pedals. It's a laboratory. You in actually a laboratory, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question before we get into the keyboards. Making a lot of your records 50%ers, right? Most of the part.
What?
50%. You
For
do
sure.
all of it, right? Okay.
Sometimes 75%. I write hooks too.
Okay. So sometimes we get into a space where we're like, okay, I want to sample every now and then, right? But for a person that's completely making records from scratch, from the brain, on keys, on instruments, how many beats per day can you make like that?
If I was trying to do that, I could do that easily 10 to 15 beats.
From scratch?
From scratch. But I don't try to do that. I'm trying to manipulate and find new shit. So I maybe one or two.
So sound designing first and then one or two.
If I find a sound that I want to walk around or dress around, and you know what I'm saying?
Are you doing a whole beat or are you doing the idea and coming back and sequencing it later? And all
No,
that?
I do the whole beat.
Okay.
You see, it's three Apollos in here. This one for the drums. All my instruments is ran to my other Apollos down here.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's tracking automatically. I don't have to track it out.
Oh, it's going.
Man, when I make a beat, that motherfucker is already, you know what I'm saying? I made it so it could just be easy to me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Fire.
So all my sounds, everything is going in tracked out like I'm making it in Fruity Loops or something.
Oh, that's dope.
So everything is all automatic. I don't have to do nothing but go to the next beat.
That's crazy. So I also noticed in the house you got 3 setups. So you have one with the motif and a Live 2 MPC. Then you got the Phantom with a Supreme. A Supreme MPC. Why do you have those different setups like that? I know the real reason. The real reason is this motherfucker be hot because you live in the fucking sky.
This bitch is a hot box.
But what's the other reason behind it?
The other reason is you can have too much. Sometimes you can have too much. Like I got 8 keyboards hooked up in here, guitar. Like this is my main room I produce in. But sometimes I come up with some hard shit just using the fact, just dumbing myself down to just like 8 sounds.
That's right.
Giving me that limit. Like I need that limit sometimes. Like in here, limitless. I don't have any limits in here. But sometimes in order for me to be creative, I need that limit. I need that polyphony. You know, on that old motif, they only got 126.
That's right.
You only got enough that you can do before that bitch start acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I need that. All right, let me see if I could tweak something in here and then go over here. Then if I find something special out there, bring it right in here. And honestly, man, I be making the coldest stuff out there.
That's right. Because it's small setups.
It's a small setup.
I do the same thing. I tell people, I just be having my shit all over the crib. I might be in the living room. I honestly go different places to catch a different vibe. I might go downstairs. I might go outside. I might go to the park. I might be in the car. It's just where I feel like creating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can tell this is a lab house. Like
it's a lab.
You can tell no woman live here. This
it's a lab house.
It's a setup in the kitchen, set up in the dining room, set up in my room.
I can already imagine.
It's the Moog Mini D in there. In my room. So when I'm laying down, I got headphones. I'm tweaking sounds on the Mini. You know
how do you save those sounds?
You gotta take pictures of them.
Got you. Okay. That makes
sense.
Got
to take pictures.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you ain't no
old school way.
Ain't no saving sounds with no
and
no Mini.
That's what I'm saying. How you saving that? But you're creating them.
Yeah, creative. So
how many keyboards do you have?
I lost count.
Damn. Small museum.
I got keyboards in here, but all my homeboys got my other keyboards. I got like 2 sitting over Sunny houses, just and I got one over. I got it all over the world. Shit, I bought one in Africa. It's over with one of the homeboys. I just be buying shit for real, because it's like shit. If you don't spend the money on your business, guess who's gonna take it?
The uncle is. And they ain't talking about Uncle Nearest.
No one's gonna take it. So it's just like shit. If you can travel, spend money while you make money, why not? Why you got to get it while the getting is good? So shit.
Yeah, that's real. What's your favorite? I see you got the Chronos, you got the Hydro Synth.
Right now,
A Montage. Yeah, the Moog. This is my favorite.
the Moog is dope for bass sounds. I love that Moog. But right now, that Phantom X.
So I'm having mixed reviews, and people on there, if you like the Phantom X, let me know. When I went to get one, people was like, nah, stick with the old school, da-da-da-da. But
No,
you
not
like
the
Phantom.
new, that's the Phantom 6.
Okay.
I'm talking about the old school Phantom.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm on.
With the SRX.
Oh, yeah.
You see them, all them SRX? I bought all of them.
Yeah.
I got
dance
a
and all
library
that.
SRX cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they be having some dope sounds, but they nice something to build off of, and then you can go in and manipulate those more. You'll come with some shit that be like, dang.
Yeah, I went through a lot of those sounds like in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, finding all kinds of joints. I found stuff that Danger had used on T.I.'s albums. I heard Toomp.
Bruh.
I heard so much good sounds. I was like, man, this is good. And, you know, some of my production, I had some of the sounds out of there. And
Yeah.
the SRX.
So you taking that old original trap sound, old original hip hop sound, rap sound from the early 2000s, because that board is legendary, and now you know how to manipulate it, because niggas was not doing that back then.
They was not.
So now you know how to go in and TVA amps and filters and filtering stuff, and I'm creating stuff that I'm like, yo, I didn't even know that this was capable of doing. This probably why it costs so much, because niggas not even diving into it. Like, I got like a book. I just go by the book, and they teach you how to design the sounds, page for page, and how to tweak. Okay, what is that doing? Okay, and then after, sometimes I'll make a mistake, I save it. I got a whole list of sounds that I save, and it's just like
Page by page. I did the same thing, but you know, one of those things that I always stuck by was, man, if you don't read the manual first, you're a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get a keyboard, niggas get to playing, I'll be like, hey, man,
play it, bro.
Let me get this manual because I need to know what this button do. I don't want to ask no questions when I get to it. You know what I mean?
You can't wait to play it. I don't give a fuck about the manual.
Yeah, I'll be reading that motherfucker from the jump. First, I need to know, because if we put the keyboard there and we're like, so I need to know, look, press that button, that's going to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I'm ready to go, because part of my workflow is being able to move fast through things. And if I get stagnant, I'll go watch TV.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you know what?
You got to keep.
So when you read the manual first, okay, I know exactly what's going on. So I'm sitting there, I can get through it. But if not, man, I'm going to take a walk somewhere. Your weapon of choice.
That'll be the MPC.
You started on what? MPC what?
I actually started on the Motif 6. Before the Motif 6, DR5, and I had the sample on the Motif 6, but the Motif 6, it takes forever for that thing to slice up samples, like 10 minutes.
I never knew that.
Like 10 minutes, so I had to wait there. That's when I was still making beats in Ben Harbor. I had to wait 10 minutes for this, and then, you know what I'm saying, for me to do. So then when I got a hold of the MP, it was just like, thank you, God. Like,
was
you know
it 2000, 2000 XL, 3000?
2000. No, the 1000.
Oh, yeah, 1000, the blue joint.
Yeah, come on, man. We started from the bottom.
That's
so
right.
I had to get the small one.
Negative zero.
What was that, like the $700? It was like equivalent to the MPC one now. But back then, it was like the MPC 1000.
Had the flash
actually,
drive.
to tell you the truth, that little thing packed a punch.
That joint was crazy, bro. I knew a lot of people that loved that joint.
That little thing packed the punch, bro.
Then it was the 4000 or the 1000. That's the only people was messing with.
Yeah.
They had the 1000 in their backpack, and then the 4000.
The 4000. Them things packed some punches. Even more punch to the 2500. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just got used to the 2500 because you could do more. And then I hooked the 2500 up through a Behringer, the Behringer 8-track. First track on that Behringer 8-track had my kicks almost punching through the. Now the other tracks didn't sound like that, but when you got the kick going through one, boy, that was all that Gucci shit, man. Like in 2013, I learned about that.
Shout out to Gucci. Akai, bring back that 1000, bro. Stop playing.
Yeah, that 1000 is the one for
I know
real.
technology got us, but hey, we could take some hardware now.
D Rich, man, that 1000.
He
that
been killing that
1000,
joint,
bro.
Yeah, D Rich was killing the 1000.
Yeah, that 1000 was something serious.
Yeah, I came off the ASR, I never got a chance. I got the MP later. First was a 3000, it was a gift. But then I jumped into it, like, yeah, I'm about to get all that shit. I went and got a 2000, 2000 XL,
Went crazy.
3000, you know what I'm saying? Got the 4000, got the
Yeah.
Renaissance, they gave that to me. Shout out to y'all for the Renaissance.
Yep.
And then I just started buying all of them just to have. I just recently sold the Supreme joint. I had that, and I sold it. Somebody wanted it, so I sold it. I signed
Well,
it.
you
sold
bust their head for that.
I signed it and sold it. They got the. So how I did it was like a little collector's edition. I put some of my drum sounds in it that people already had out there. I loaded it up, and sold it to him with the whole thing, and they was starting to make beats or whatever. So
In my bag, I traveled with the MPC 37. Got the key.
oh, I
got
know.
The MP on
I used to see that big ass bag. I'm like, yo, why the fuck he coming with a whole studio? We in the studio.
No, I need to have my sound. The sounds I design. It's some scientist shit, you know what I'm saying?
All the records you done, what's your favorite?
Man, I know this is so cliche and I say this in the interview, but all of them like my little babies, bro. I'm really in love with the science and of the work.
That's right.
Those are just offsprings to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like the offsprings of hard work.
That's right.
And when you get something that just like stop time and fuck shit up, that's the offspring of you studying this bitch, tweaking and finding out stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, I can use that to do that. Like, I'm glad I brought y'all that, but wait till I really, 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 like, stop fumbling through shit and know exactly what I'm doing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, oh, you fell in love with that, but I was just fumbling and found something. Now I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, I know what this do. I know what to do. I know how to make this filter move. I know the difference between the amp filter and the actual filter that's managing the cutoff and playing with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I didn't know that at first.
I can tell you one of my favorite records. You probably never gonna guess this, but it's the Tia Corinne joint.
Freaky T?
Yep. For some reason, that's one of my favorite records. I mean, I love all the records, but that one is like, I don't know what was so special about it. When I heard it, I was like, yo, this don't sound like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard. She did that in here.
That's crazy.
That's one of them beats I don't even really remember making. When you make your beats, you just like you get good. It's like
and sometimes people like, I didn't even think about that. I'm here, and then I didn't even think about it. I'm just working. Okay.
Yeah. That's one of them beats.
Yeah, that's one.
I enjoyed making it. You know what I'm saying? It was like I had fun when I made that.
Yeah, that's one of them joints. The Trippie Red joint too. That's one of them crazy joints. 20 minutes is still crazy. The Gucci joints is all crazy.
Yeah.
You got records that didn't come out on platforms that was leaked that was crazy. You know, that's a lot of joints. How did you get to the Ferg moment where you made this record? Because what you don't know is how gigantic that record was from a standpoint of me being in the street DJing and going places and doing these events. How that song was like NBA playoff, NFL. It was in the movies. It just had a slang to it that, like, my mom's 65. She talking about I'm on a new level, and I'm like, where you hear that at?
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So how did you get to a point where you got into the studio with Ferg, or just got a relationship with him to get the record off?
Well, actually, his manager Gino reached out to me, and I sent that to the email, and he hit back like 12 hours later, like, we got one.
Damn.
And I didn't even hear it until it was time to mix it. He was like, yo, I'm finna send you this record. We need you help. So me and Ray C mixed the record, bro. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, this out of here. But then when we started mixing it, I got the chills. I said,
it's got better.
No, this is out of here.
Shout out to Ray C, the legendary Ray C, too.
The legendary Ray C, bro. I don't really touch nothing without Ray C really touching it. Running it through that SSL board. Have to run it through the board.
That's crazy. He hit you back, said we got one. And then after mixing, and you said that how long before it came out?
About 2 or 3 weeks later.
Oh, it was immediately. Okay.
I was in New York shooting, because he was done with his album. He was just looking for the last one. Like, I consider myself a closer, bro.
That's right.
Like, really, like, niggas call me, like, the last minute, like, what you got, C.N.O.T.E? What you over there working on?
Yep.
And it's like, the nigga, I've been over here working, so you know I can't wait to come with the fruit taste, like, you know what I'm saying? We
actually made a mistake when we was doing Love is Rage 2. 20 Minutes was on the deluxe. That was supposed to be on the album. We just was trying to figure out how to keep it 17 because it was 1600 was it, you know, his block, and we just was like, we could do one extra. Then we was like, man, just keep it 16 because that's the whole vision. You know what I mean? 1600 block. And then we was like, that was one. It was like, bro, we gotta get this joint out, bro. Like, this crazy. We wound up turning around, so that was a big mistake. But it wound up being a beautiful mistake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it ended up being one of the biggest songs.
It wound up being one of the biggest fucking songs, period, for him. Like, he go, people ask for that joint, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you make that beat in mind, the New Level, did you make that in mind for somebody and just happen to send it to Ferg, or you was like, oh, this gonna be good for ASAP Ferg?
I never make beats with people in mind.
You just be making shit.
I'm really, like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a scientist. Dead ass wanted to be an astronaut before, like, before that nigga got influenced by the other shit, like, you know, when you think about the shit that as you start getting older and you get new friends and you get influenced by other shit, I dead ass was like a geek, wanted to be a scientist, like studied everything from like Mars, all this shit. They had built this thing called the biosphere in Arizona. I wanted to visit that bitch. I wanted to be.
I think I heard about that shit when I was a little ass.
Yeah, it's like little kids shit. Like, dead ass wanted to be a scientist. Like was, and now it's like I'm still a scientist. I just deal with sound, and this is my laboratory. You know what I'm saying? You got shit like the grandmother right here. This shit is like no regular shit. Like you just not gonna get on here and just go through patches. You can't.
Right.
You gotta sit here and you gotta know what this shit
You gotta
means.
create.
You gotta know what the envelope, you gotta know what this waveform doing. You gotta know how to turn one oscillator up and the other one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I'm looking over here, I see the folk house. I'm a folk house man. I see you got the folk house. We're gonna have the speaker wars. We're gonna have folk house call you and show you what it really is about. But
fuck folk house.
You got barefoots.
Barefoots.
Yeah. Tell me about these, man. Look, I didn't get into barefoots. I had a couple pair.
First of all, I'm just gonna say folk house customer service sucks. I ran through, the only reason why I got barefoots because they customer service sucks. I ran through about 6 folk house. I blew them.
That wasn't their fault though. That was your 808.
It don't matter.
That wasn't their fault. They ain't call you back. They ain't call you back because they like, man, you're 808. You ain't gonna be blowing these motherfucking speakers left and right. We gonna send you a new pair. You gonna blow them now. We gonna come to your crib. You gonna have a whole Dolby setup of speakers.
I was just like, fuck, hey, but the barefoots handle that shit though. Them barefoots cost $12,500.
That's right.
It's $12,000 you're gonna be out of them for them barefoots. They ain't just like no, you know. The folk house ain't cheap, but they ain't. I guess they good for mixing. You know
that's where I got them from. You know, I'm really into the sonic sound, so I know how to stay. For many years, I'm in front of them big ass speakers on stage, and I blew out my fucking ears, bro. I'm like, man, bring it down. So when I brought it down, I started getting into sonics that made me think about clarity more than just just booming so much. Because I knew what the boom was already. I know I could do that on a radio speaker. I could do that on a home echo. I could do that on a home pod. I could just make it sound like that, but I started getting real intricate with like clarity and just like the way things sit in the pockets.
That's why I started putting distortion on my 808s because I wanted people to hear that through the phone. I wanted you to hear what I was hearing through the phone, so I was just like, I found that distortion and just started putting it on and turning it all the way up to the point where you can hear it on your phone. Yeah. Because I know most people digest music through their phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that bothered me a little bit. And I was talking to somebody the other day about this, is that when you're mastering and you're doing all this stuff to the music, then turning it to the digital service providers, they put their own EQ on it and it squash your records. How you feel about that?
Listen, bro. Any engineer could tell you I go off on engineers for even overusing the L2 on the master, bro. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of and then you have to learn how to mix for that so it won't squash it. You got to have a system slick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So people can digest the music you wanted to digest it, but in order to even get to that point, you got to know what you're doing.
I'm triple checking. I used to be able to do the mix, then the master, and I'm good. Now I got to triple check after it go to Spotify, it go to Tidal, it go to Apple.
All of them
the
different.
Dolby,
they got
I'm
different
just
compressors.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like
and they add brightness to it.
But they make it like even Apple. It's made for their headphones. It's made for their computer speakers. It's made for their iPad.
Yeah.
So that right there just kind of like cancel out a lot of it. Like I started being like, I don't care as long as it sounds good to me going out. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do with it anyway. It ain't gonna get placed on it if they don't do it. You know what I mean?
You got to make sure that it come out the way that you envision. Because if you leave it up to other people, it ain't gonna hit the same.
So we're gonna jump into the actual remake of this record, New Level, but we gotta take a fucking break. It's hot as hell in this motherfucker. So once we take this break, we go right back into it and then gonna recreate the record right here, Backtrak. What was the first sound selection that you went for with this beat? Did you go for drums? Did you go for keyboard?
No, you know, sometimes I go for drums if I'm looking for a tempo. But,
Got you.
you know, when I'm creating, it's usually almost 100% the sound.
The melody.
So with this one, I went through Contact Lumina. I just stayed in there for a minute because it got those big ass movie sound scores I like.
Yep.
This is you know what I'm saying, before I went to sound design. So this is what made me want to get into it though, messing around in Lumina. So I found this sound.
It's safe to say you was mad that day because this beat sound real mad.
Oh, yeah.
You was mad at
Oh
something.
yeah, we was sleeping on I was sleeping on the floor, bro. On the marble floor. When niggas sleeping on the floor, you need a hit.
So you was mad.
Man, this is a song that I prayed about. I ain't even gonna lie to you,
That's
Ken.
what's
Like,
up.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Like
up.
it was one of them times. I was like, yo, what's up? So I was like, man, I got you. The next day, this dropped in the box. This dropped in the mail, man. Like, bro, it ain't like a day and a half or so, man. Nigga, man, what's good, bro?
He said, "Hey, ate the day and a half."
If you go look at my pictures, like back in like XXL, you can say I was mad as hell, bro. I was depressed, mean.
This is Scratch
man, boy.
magazine, mad as fuck.
Man, what, bro? I was looking at that, I was like, bro, I was really fucking mad, bro. I was walking around wasn't fucking with nobody, bro. We gonna do that 2 bars.
That's right. You got to do it like
2
that.
bars, no 4s, 8s, 2 bars, good enough.
It's all coming back. So when you remake it all
yeah,
comes
when
back.
you start
to
messing, you start
That's
messing
right.
with this stuff. You start.
That's right.
So it stays now, but you put it closer. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that shit sound like Jaws, nigga. It sound like the fucking shark coming to get you. Yo, when people heard this beat, right, and it was out, how many people called your phone like, bro, why you didn't give me one of those?
Bro, what? And it be niggas, you know, sent the beat too, bro.
Right.
Like,
Give
nigga,
me one
I
of
sent you
those.
that beat, bro.
Always be like that.
Always. They don't be hearing. And this is my favorite sound out of Lumina, bro.
Sinister.
I got that in like something like almost every beat of that year, bro.
Sinister.
Man, that's it. You don't even add nothing else, man. That's hell. Probably increase the attack on the end of it. Oh, fail. It don't take much, bro. It don't
It's
take
coming
much,
back
bro.
to you. You get excited when it come back to you.
Yeah,
You get
it don't
excited.
take much.
Yeah, that's right. That ain't them barefoot sounding like that.
Honestly, I got one barefoot doing that, and I got focal. The focal is for like the mid range,
Got you.
and the barefoot is for the highs and the lows.
Got you. And what kind of sub?
Them the
That's
barefoots.
Wow.
Then when you do that, now you can double it.
So you're not the one that don't use no more kicks because it's just 808s now. So you still
I ain't the nigga, man.
That's right. Everybody talking about eliminating kicks from their beats. I'm like, all right.
But that's because we ain't teaching, my guy. I don't even remember how I had the hi-hats on that bitch. We just gonna fuck it.
It's gonna come to you when you do it.
That's the part for right there.
Facts. Shit got you excited again, huh?
Huh?
It got you excited.
Yeah,
all
that's
over.
that shit. That was like, yeah. exclusive, nigga. We gonna add shit to the motherfucker, man. Fuck it.
On steroids. Now you got a freestyle on that. Where you gonna save that and freestyle on it.
Yeah, got to.
That's hard.
I'm so mad I was lazy, bro. Why the fuck I didn't do that for the remix, bro?
Bro, because it was simple. When you heard it, it was like, bro, I need room for the rapper. That's why. But now you're like, oh, the remix. You could have did that.
Yeah, because Uzi was on. How many? I can't even remember.
A lot of people was on that joint. A lot of people.
I should have
rapped on
went
that
back in and went crazy on the remix, man. That was a missed opportunity, bro.
Nah, sometimes you be like, man, I don't want to mess it up. You know, a lot of people remix the whole beat. Some people just let the rappers come in and do their thing.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Nah, that bitch hard.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Nah, hell no, man.
So did you put anything on the master when you sent it out or no? Or
no.
you don't do that?
I don't put nothing on the master.
You don't use no plugins like that?
No plugins on the master, bro.
How about like throughout the beat, you do EQing on each track and stuff like that?
Yeah. You know, I fuck with the reverb, the release, the attack. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You'll see it when you run it back. Like I was fucking with certain shit to get it sits right in the mix, but I mix while I make the beat, I'm mixing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the comments gonna be like, man, how he get it to knock like that, bro? I'm trying to figure it out. And they think it's a plugin.
That's 10 years of, nigga, my ears is fucked up from finding that 808.
Yeah, but that's also personality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's personality. We differ from a lot of people because we get in this space where personality is everything. You know what I mean? Individuality is everything. You know what I mean?
That's what make you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yup.
I'm like, damn, man, that nigga put that shit together easy as hell.
That shit took him 5 minutes. It couldn't have did that.
Yeah, it did.
That's the words of a champion. The works of a champion. This is Backtrak. You
Why
only
you
gonna
got
see it right here.
You only gonna get that on Backtrak. You
That's
don't
right.
Get the remix to the beat. The remix ain't even got the remix to the beat, bro. You only can get that on Backtrak, bro.
And it's like that. We out.